Well, the damage that we're seeing from the snow and ice is substantial, and it's going to take a while to repair from this. It's not going to be something that comes happening overnight for you. But one thing that you're going to end up having to do is try to get the shape back to your plants. Some of your plants have just split apart and sort of laid open, but others of them have broken like this. And for the magnolias, you're going to have to do, for the ones that have the tops broken out and major branches like this, this may or may not repair completely for you. If you've gotten a lot of breaking in your magnolias that have totally misshapen them, which I've seen a number like that, you're probably going to have to do, my guys and I refer to it as hat racking, which is a very harsh pruning method. I only recommend that method when you can really kind of afford to say, well, it's either this or I yank it out. So what that's going to be is basically, if you've got your tree and you've got branches that have come off of that tree in various places, and in a magnolia, it would have given it this sort of look, essentially. You know, it's giving this pyramid-shaped look like that, and you love that, and that was all great. Or what we call broadly columnar in shape, so there's a slight pyramid habit to it. If you've lost that at this point, what you're going to end up probably having to do is come in and really try to cut back branches that are really okay, because you've got these big gaping holes that have appeared in your tree now because branches have broken out, the top's broken out, and so it will send up another leader. What I would likely do in this case, I would come down all the way down into probably at least here. There's a branch that comes out right here, and probably prune that on an angle right across like that. And leaving that branch, I'd probably leave that branch right there. And probably what's going to happen, honestly, when I look at this one's laid out sideways. You see this one right here? How it goes up like that? That you'll probably be able to train for your next leader. Now, it's hard to see from y'all's angle, even my angle, but this branch, there's a branch right here, and it's on the front. It joins in right there, but it's right beside this big gash. So you don't want to try to train that to be your leader, because it's right beside this big open gash right here, and that's got to that's too big of a gash for the plant to do what it calls walling off. They don't really heal per se. They start to grow over these scars. And no, we don't want to use any sort of treatment, any black tar or anything like that. That's really not what you want to use on these. That was something that many of us probably grew up knowing about. Yeah, there we go. So that was something that was used a lot, but there really isn't a lot of scientific information that says that helps. Actually, it says it hurts, because that tar, the plant actually is wounded there, so it's going to push moisture out from that wound. And if you put that tar over it, it traps that moisture underneath, and there's insects, disease that have attached themselves there because that's a moist spot, and you cover it over, and it creates this nice warm environment under there, and you can get disease then run back into a tree. And now that we've had that product out for 40 years, something like that, now they've got the research to show, they can go back to see big oak trees and stuff that have been painted, and they can see that it did not wall off effectively, and it rotted right behind the product. So don't use the tars or wound healers, if they call them, whatever that, like that. I don't think we even sell it here, because it's just not a recommended product.